I really do not enjoy having to repeat myself. Are you ready to listen this time? This is my realm. I have done my part in remaining neutral in all of this, and would like it to remain that way. Leave and relay this to your master. After all, needless fighting amongst our own kind won't do any of us any good in the end. Go. I don't want to see any more of you again. That means no snooping around in back alleys like this. Not in the field, and not anywhere in my domain.
My master would get back at you for this.
Let's hope that isn't the case, for everyone's sake. Oh, I was wondering when you would show up. Looks like we meet again, Vampire Hunter. My apologies. A shady place like this is not where I imagined we would be seeing each other next. Although, I must admit, you got here a lot slower than I expected. I suppose I should cut you some slack, though. The human senses can only go so far. I suppose I struck a nerve with you again. This is proving to be rather difficult. Can't we just get along? Very well. Let's deal with your little tantrum first then. Your movements are too easy to read. Can I not have one conversation with you where you don't try to attack me? Granted, I know it's your job, but I feel like we're friends at this point. Some might even say, with benefits. You're still gonna try it, even though you're unarmed? Don't move. I didn't want to resort to having to use control magic, but I really don't want to see you hurting yourself. Now, I will break the command if you promise not to attack and to behave. Well, that's as close to a yes as I can expect from you, I suppose. Release. There you go. Now then, let's continue our discussion, hopefully in a more civilized manner. Of course, that would be your first question. What exactly am I doing here in a back alley like this? Waiting for you, my favorite human, of course. Still not one for jokes, I see. Oh, very well then. If you really must know, I was just having a chat with a little uninvited guest. Yes, a vampire, as you may have surmised, and not a particularly strong one. Most likely, he was a servant of one of the other nearby more powerful vampires. No, This doesn't happen often, but certainly this was not my first encounter, and it will likely not be my last that I have to deal with. They always love skittering about in shady areas like this alley, and things have been so chaotic lately with the other vampires that some of them even found their way into my domain. As for what they're trying to accomplish, it's hard to say. I'm being honest, though I do have a couple ideas. They may be scouting, spying, or maybe even trying to get me to join forces, though I would rather not know. Couldn't I just get one of my servants to take care of this? Certainly, but their words would lack that extra bit of weight needed unless it's coming from the master himself. And I would much rather send a letter if it were possible, but the situation is tricky, as always. And alas, actions do speak louder among vampires. Besides, I thought a stroll in town would be a nice change of pace. I don't think you're aware, but I've been stuck in that mansion this past week, poring over tomes upon tomes. And I thought the fresh air would be nice. And maybe I'd run into a certain hunter, in addition to that vampire that just fled. Not that I really mind guests, you should understand from our past encounters, but it is a tricky matter when the other houses are, let's say, vying for power. Not exactly a bloodbath I desire. Vampires taste awful to me after all. So, hopefully, I won't be getting any more trouble from them. What exactly are the other vampires in the region fighting over? I'm afraid I've said too much already. Forgive me. Why can't I tell you? Perhaps if you were my servant, then I would be free to share this information with you. However, since you are considered an outsider, my sharing of the secrets, even as a neutral party, may cause you to take one of their sides. And that would put me at risk of losing my neutral status. I would hate to have to be involved directly in these affairs. Shh. Let's not do this. Please, just drop the topic. Yes, I'm well aware of how difficult that may be, and I'm sure you must have several questions running through your head right now. Well, for example, other vampire groups vying for power? Is there some infighting amongst these fiends? Maybe this would be advantageous to me. If they happen to weaken each other, then I can go in and finish the job. Let it go. It's not going to happen. Though, with that being said, I think it is time for you to leave as well. Yes. Unfortunately, you've more than overstayed your welcome as an outsider. If you have any hopes of catching up to that vampire that fled earlier, then you should hurry up now. Oh, and don't forget your knife. Truly remarkable craftsmanship, but its age is apparent. I know I've told you this last time, but I would say to replace this altogether, but judging by this design, if you insist on holding on to it because of its, I assume, sentimental value, then you really should consider taking this to a blacksmith or enchanter for an upgrade. Or at the very least, hone your skills a bit more before you get into something you know nothing about. I'm saying this out of concern. Genuine concern. Your naive determination will only get you so far. And your luck of running into a merciful vampire is bound to run out. Farewell. Watch your step on the way back. These streets are dangerous at this time of night. Unfinished business. What do you mean? Last time? Do you mean how I took some of your blood, amongst other things, as compensation for you breaking into my mansion last time? Well, I suppose it would make sense, since you did let yourself into my domain again, and you do have an irresistible scent, as always, but let's say I'm feeling lenient this time, and will let you go without even a slap on the wrist. Consider it a favor from me. You aren't interested in owing a vampire any favors? Stubborn. So stubborn. Aren't you? Very well. Would you rather I take your blood as payment? Would that be good enough for you? And then I can let you be on your way. Strange morals you have, but fine. Come, walk over to me. It's just a minor precaution, of course. I don't need you trying to ambush me. Not that it would work. Now, hold still for me. Who am I to say no to an invitation like this? does it? Is that why you offered yourself? Maybe you miss this feeling, losing your strength, feeling it drained from your neck, falling against me. Come on, let it out for me. Are you worried someone might see this?